Hello everyone, first of the revision presentations for S2 and 3 biology, and the first one being cells. So all living organisms are made of cells. The two types of cell you need to know about are animal and plant cells. So if we have a look at animal cells first. So there are three main parts to animal cells, the first part being the nucleus, which controls the cell's activities and contains DNA, the genetic code. Next there's the cell membrane, which controls the passage of substances into and out of the cell. And next there's the cytoplasm, where all the chemical reactions which keeps the cell alive take place. Next up we have plant cells. Now they contain all the cell parts we previously mentioned, but there are also some others that plant cells have that animal cells do not have. Firstly, there's chloroplasts, which in the cytoplasm, and these are the site of photosynthesis. Next, there's a vacuole, which contains sugary cell sap and acts like a store of water for the plant cell. And finally, there's the cell wall, which supports the plant cell. Now, certain cells can become specialized to carry out particular functions. So if we have a look at some specialized animal cells, first of all. So firstly we have red blood cells, and their job primarily is to carry oxygen around in the bloodstream. There are muscle cells, which contract and relax to allow different parts of your body to move. And we also have ciliated epithelial cells, which line the airways in your respiratory system, and they have tiny little hairs called cilia, which beat the mucus that traps the dirt and germs in your airways up to the back of the throat. Next we have a look at some specialized plant cells, a couple to look at. We have xylem vessels, which are specialized cells that form tubes, reinforced tubes in the stems of plants, and their job is to transport water up from the roots to the leaves for photosynthesis. And there are also root hair cells. These are on the surface of the roots, and they have extensions of the cell which go into the soil and provide a large surface area for the absorption of water into the roots. In order to observe cells, we use microscopes, of course, and you prepare your slides for observation. We stain our specimens of cells so that we can observe the cell parts more easily. And when we are trying to work out the total magnification of a microscope, the way to do it is take the power of the eyepiece lens and multiply it by the power of the objective lens, and that gives you the total magnification, like so. Finally, some organisms exist as single cells, and we call these unicellular. However, we are examples of what's called multicellular organisms, and we are made, therefore, of many, many cells. And in multicellular organisms, cells are organized in a certain way. Cells of a certain type are organized into tissues, which are made of cells of the same type which carry out a particular job. These are organized into structures called organs, which are made of more than one type of tissue which carry out a particular function. And organs, different organs, are organized into units called organ systems, which are groups of different organisms working together to carry out a particular function. And all the organ systems put together make up the organism, such as you or I. So if we look at an example of each of these, so for example muscle cells can be found working together to form muscle tissue within the organ, such as the heart, and the heart is one organ in the circulatory system, and the circulatory system, along with other systems like the digestive system and the nervous system and the skeletal system, etc., all work together to produce the full organisms such as ourselves. Okay, thank you.